My childhood was good. I grew up in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I was always interested in drama. I was always entertaining the family and watching movies and copying the accent and the mannerisms of my favourite character on television. So I think I was kind of destined to go into maybe acting and drama and performance, you know. Man, that is a good question. The first film I've ever seen in the cinema. You know what? I think you've completely got me there. The first film I've ever seen in the cinema. Maybe The Never-Ending Story. Possibly. Possibly.
How old were you?
Very young.
Very young.
Maybe 5, 6 years old. Something. Good question. That is a very good question. Maybe, possibly, Rumpelstiltskin.
Good one.
Swan Song it's a film about a young man who has many issues, a lot of trouble. He's a troubled character, a troubled soul, and really he just wants to find out who his father is, and more importantly he wants to find his place in the world, because he never really has felt like he belonged to the town that he was from, or you know, doesn't have many friends. It's not a biopic. So that's it. Really, it's a story of a young man with troubles, I think. It was an important film to do, and you know, I had a great experience on it, and I've still, you know, a lot of the cast and crew are my friends to this day. But it was important for me in my career because it was really the first time that I was the central character in a film, if you know what I mean. I've done films in the past where, you know, I had a principal role, but this film is very much about Occy, you know. It was the story of Occy Byrne, so it was my first time really playing the lead in a movie, so that was a good experience, and it was a learning curve, you know. With every film you're learning all the time. Yeah, I try to go deep. I'm not quite the actor that Daniel Day-Lewis is, and I don't want to compare myself to the legend of Daniel Day-Lewis. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be. Daniel Day-Lewis is quite method. He's very, very intense in the way that he prepares, and I respect that, and I take my hat off to it. But I just try to do my homework, and I try, if I had the luxury of filming in Sligo and playing someone from Sligo, so it only made sense to show up a little bit early, maybe a week or two early, and get the accent and kind of get the vibe of Sligo, and yeah, I mean, anything that goes towards the character that you're playing, I think it's well worth your while investing that little bit of extra time. It all works out. It all works out in your favour. Yeah, the Rainbow Factory was, you know, obviously in Belfast we had the troubles of Northern Ireland and the conflict and the war, etc. The Rainbow Factory was set up to bring Protestant and Catholic children together through drama and through theatre. And I was one of the first members of that company, and I've remained in contact with that company ever, you know, since I was maybe 9 or 10 years old. And since my career took a more sort of serious turn in the drama world, I was lucky enough for them to make me a patron and sort of represent the young people of this company that in a way kind of gave me a chance to become an actor, because if it hadn't been for that, if it hadn't been for the Rainbow Factory, maybe my interest in drama wouldn't have been so strong. So yeah, and today the Rainbow Factory has maybe, you know, 500 young people doing theatre and plays and entertainment and drama. So it's a great company.
Yeah.
I have to know. I mean, I audition for a lot of Irish projects, and you know, Ireland's a small country, so when any sort of films has come along, you get wind of it. Even if you're not involved in it, you'll read the script and then you'll see the finished project somewhere down the line. But I think Irish cinema is very healthy. I think the Irish people know how to make a good. When they do make a good movie, they make it really well. And you know, the past speaks the truth. I mean, we've got some of the best films in the world, I think, that have come from Ireland. You know, in the Name of the Father and My Left Foot, etc., etc. I could name films all day. So yeah, I'm proud to be Irish, and I'm proud to be a part of that sort of, you know, that industry. You know. Yeah, the Czech people are very similar to the Irish. I think, you know, they love a beer. They like drinking alcohol from time to time. And but they're beautiful people, and Zlín is amazing. And one thing that you've got that Ireland does not have, you have the weather. It's quite sunny and it's quite warm. It's a beautiful place to visit. You know, I would have never have come to Zlín until you invited me here. So I feel very proud to be a part of this festival, and I can see big things for this festival in the future. It will grow and grow and grow. It's got a good vibe, good atmosphere, and you have treated me really well, me and my friend, very, very well. You can start.
We know each other because myself and Martin met a couple of years ago. I was writing a film called Coward, and I met with Martin to talk about playing one of the main characters in the movie. So we met up in London and then started hanging out, and then we became best friends, and then we've just finished the movie. So,
Can you tell us anything about this?
can I tell you anything about the movie? It's a World War I movie. It's based on a true story, based on two Irish boys that leave Ireland to go and fight for the British in World War I, and yeah, and then it's just the trauma of the war and what they go through. So I can't give too much away yet because it will spoil the story. But yeah, so it's a journey of two boys, and yeah, it's a coming of age story, and it's about a young fellow becoming a man, and humanity and the conditions, and it's the horrific conditions of World War I.
So the director?
I am the director, yes. And Martin played one of the lead characters.
Yeah, I mean, Dave's film The Coward, it's been his dream and his passion for the past 4 years, so it's nice to see, you know, one of my good friends fulfill a dream, you know, because directing is a difficult job, and especially raising the money and, you know, for the film. Dave pretty much did everything himself, you know. He didn't have any big companies behind him, no MGM, no Paramount, so he went out and he got all the money himself, raised the money himself, and did pretty much everybody else's job, and you know, and he's made a fantastic film, which I'm very proud to be a part of, and it's called The Coward, and it'll be released soon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been incredibly fortunate. You know, I've had 14 years experience working in film, and I worked for Neil Corbould Special Effects for pretty much 14 years, and it gave me an incredible insight. I got to work with some fantastic directors, Ridley Scott being one of the guys who's, you know, has taught me so much about filmmaking, and having the experience and having the opportunity to work with these high profile directors have definitely opened my eyes up to the way in which they work, and yeah, it's been an incredible experience for me, and I think that it's definitely, without having that experience and being around those guys, I wouldn't have the experience that I have now. Yeah, 35 mil. I only want to shoot on 35 mil film. I'm not a fan of digital. So yeah, I guess I'm going to have to fight that corner, because obviously it's now changing and digital's coming in. But yeah, I hope that I can. We've just shot this movie on anamorphic 35 mil, which was, we were incredibly lucky. Panavision came along and they supported us, and we ended up using the lenses that David Lean shot Bridge over the River Kwai. So yeah. Yeah, film for me is, you know, it's so beautiful. It was, you know, most movies that we like are shot on film. So Yeah, you know, there's a bunch of movies. There's a bunch of movies I want to tell. There's loads of stories that I want to tell, and for me, it's about telling human stories and telling stories that can educate people. Can, you know, Hollywood blockbuster movies are fantastic, and I love them. But you know, and they're popcorn movies. But for me personally, at the moment in my career, I really want to make good, honest films that people can relate to, and you know, can help people through their lives and stuff. So yeah.
Come to the Zlín Film Festival. Enjoy yourself. Immerse yourself in the films at Zlín Film Festival. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're very honoured to be here, and we've been looked after so well. It's been a fantastic festival, and thank the Czech Republican people for having us here. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.